Right, and here we are, game number 7. Can Mysterious Muse continue the momentum off of that last game? It was a pretty strong performance by them. A lot of back and forth, but, you know, luckily they caught an overextension at the end, and they were able to just capitalize fully on it, you know? If that overextension doesn't happen, I mean, I feel like the game probably just goes in the other direction, right? Alright, so this time the Trevenant is banned. I guess that's what they were trying to ban originally. But tragically, security just did not get the pick in time. Alright, so what's the game plan now? I mean, we still got the same Umbreon. And what will we have in response to that? I mean, I'm not sure. Okay, well, we have Voxtech locking Tyranitar, saying, hey, Luke, play something else. And then, you know, they're just like, oh, okay. Joe Miga going with the Dragapult once again. You know, I guess the purple team just doesn't find this Dragapult to be problematic for them, which is fine, honestly, it's fine. So Luke's gonna lock in Gyarados. Ray's gonna go with Eldegoss again, I mean... Yeah, that makes sense. Now we have the all-important Leafeon pick coming out from Sceptile SMG. And Leafeon is picked after it is left unbanned. Clefable from Frank the Wolf once again. I mean, what's the game plan in response to that? I mean, looks like they're just running it same 5, but instead they have the Gyarados instead of the T-Tar. Now we have Jelly Roll on the Aegislash that Jelly is known to main, other than the Mimikyu. So, I mean, looks like we're going to get a little bit more serious this time around. Perhaps even turn the tides of the battle with the power of the sword, slashing its way through the competition. So what else is there really to say? I mean, no positional trades or anything like that involved. No defender coming out from the orange team is interesting to note. It's really going to be interesting to see how they handle the early game with the sword and the Larvitar. You know, I mean, usually one of those two will go into the jungle. Especially when there's also a Leafeon there. Usually Leafeon likes to take, like, the Zot2 and then one buff and then go to a lane, right? But tragically here, yeah, I don't know. Like, where's the defender? What are they cooking with the lanes? What's the game plan? What are they thinking? How are they going to handle the opposing team after, you know, the Sylveon did a number on them that last game? Who knows? But let's see it. Game number 7. Here we go. We got the double Eevee lane once again. We got the Dragonite in the jungle this time, as Magikarp's going to top lane. Possibly trying to get some stacks, possibly trying to get effort, who knows, I'm not entirely sure. Sceptile going into score, we have Leafeon Honedge lane. So we have Leafeon Aegislash, Eevee Honedge, and they're just trying to both stack, it looks like. And they're saying, you know what, you'll make a mistake, we're going to get our stacks off. And they do get a couple of stacks there, but we're really trying to take out this Honedge. The Magikarp chasing it all the way down, running it down, but we're going to be able to Shadow Sneak our way out of there. I don't know if that move was Shadow Sneak, but we do get out. We are able to escape, but Jelly Roll is going to go back in, and we're going to get jumped on again, and here's a rotation top lane from security as well, and we're going to pick up a Hyper Voice KO on the Leafeon. And yeah, they're running it back. They're running them all the way back. The Dracloak's got to get out of there too. You can't all stay here. This is too powerful. And now we have a big Gyarados in the top lane. Level 4, by the way. However, that is not where you want to be standing. You're going to get caught by that Solar Blade, take 1,000,000 damage, and faint. Now what? I mean, how's bot lane looking? They left Red Blood Fox all alone down here. Voxtech being able to get off those stacks, being able to get off those Altaria KOs. Got those 4 points. Got to be careful with the Hyper Voice, though. You don't want to get screamed at. And we are stone edging. We are edging the stones. Pause. Yeah, now we just gotta sort of stay alive, and Frank is gonna do a great job of that, as security is not gonna be able to pick up any sort of KOs there. But this is a level 7 Pupitar. How did this Pupitar get level 7? This Pupitar is just getting everything, it looks like, including what could be a KO here. Slow Smoke gonna save the Pupitar's life. Here comes Dragonite, level 8 Dragonite, by the way, but that's the jungler, so it does make some sense. Now what? I mean, we've got more stacks coming out from Doublade up top, and here comes the big rotation bot. Everyone's coming down bot. It's a little bit early for this, I think. Frank gonna try his best, but he's gonna get mean looked. Yeah, that's not gonna go well for you. And that Solar Blade's also not gonna go well for you, as this is a rough situation to be in for the Orange team. They are all over the place. They have made their intentions very clear. They want this bottom objective. They want it more than anything. How will they counter this? I'm not entirely sure, but we've got Aegislash versus Dragonite up top, but the Dragonite's level 9, but the Dragonite is going to have to deal with the fact that the Aegislash has help in the form of a Leafeon, and that sword going to get that stun very strong. That's going to result in a KO on the Dragonite, and the team on the left is able to get that bottom objective. As we saw, they were too postured to get that objective to not get it. They were ready for it. They needed it like a fish needs water, or Cupid needs 5 gifted subs, you know? They just needed it that much. Now what? I mean, we got Tyranitar, he's running in, he's moving at speeds faster than any Tyranitar should be, and we have several Unites coming out. We are trying our best to get whatever KOs we can, and we don't actually pick up any there, surprisingly, but hold on! Hold on, Kairo's in danger. He's got to get out of there. He's got to escape. He's going to use his Unite move to get out of there. He escapes. And they're going to pick up a KO in the 3v1 on the Aegislash. So what's the response here? I mean, what is the response? Well, I guess the simple question is, it's like, are they going to let them get the other objective? I feel like the second objective, the Alecki, is, you know, kind of backbreaking. I feel like they should be trying their best to contest. But that is a big Unite coming out from the Gyarados. 2 Pokemon fainted there, and that is the Tyranitar and also the Dragapult. Jelly gonna be a little bit too far in there, gonna end up getting kind of just killed by everybody. You don't want to be in there getting killed by everybody. That's usually a bad thing. And now what? I mean, we have Tyranitar. Hold on, Tyranitar. Tyranitar, true damage! True damage! What's a shield? True damage! And everyone on the blue team faints, except for security. That Sylveon in the back over there. And the Sylveon's gonna try and run up and get that steal, but tragically, we're just too little too late. And now, that's a big slash coming out on the Sylveon from the Aegislash. And we're going to make a wall, but now we're going to use the sword again. We're going to use it again. We're going to be the sword. We are the sword. We're going to try and push this Alecki in. Dragapult's going to get caught out for that, though, and we need to just back away. Dragapult, you know, realizes that, you know, this is not the place to be. And here comes Gyarados trying to steal its Registeel, but it's not going to be able to. Not going to be enough. Gyarados ends up fainting to the entire brunt of the Orange team. That's a big Registeel, by the way, for the Orange team as well. Frank the Wolf keeping everyone alive with Moonlight. Look at the healing on that. Look at the healing. It just essentially nullified that the entirety of that Sylveon's damage there. Security got to get out of there. Security in a lot of danger. Security somehow still alive, but not anymore. Here comes Voxtech picking up the KO, but Dragonite's here too. He's like, hey, you know what? I'm not quite done yet. But, you know, the Gyarados says, hey, you know what? Tyranitar may have KO'd my friend Dragonite, but I'm not done. I still can fight. And now we have Dragapult chasing away the Eldegoss, who was here trying to save the Gyarados, but the Gyarados just fainted, so it didn't even matter. But now the Eldegoss is just going to win this 1v1. We're going to try and keep the Eldegoss alive with the power of Clefable. And Clefable is going to be able to save the Dragapult. Now what? I mean, the purple team's got some farming to do. They got tons of experience available to them. Cairo over there with a level 14 Dragon Knight, but let's not forget the Tyranitar is also level 14 at this stage of the game. 3 minutes left. That's a lot of time to be level 14. Tyranitar just going to try and score in the bot lane. We're going to get screamed at by the Sylveon, but we don't really care that much. We could have honestly fought that, but we decided it's better to just do something else. As the purple team is already ready for this Regieleki, but so is the orange team. They are here, and that is a big Solar Blade from the Leafeon, who immediately faints. Solar Blade going to pick up the steal on the Regieleki. Jelly trying to get out of there. Jelly not going to be able to get out of there. Frank the Wolf trying to save somebody. Not going to be able to save anyone. Getting Hyper Voice KO'd by the Sylveon. And this Aleki is probably just going to get KO'd here. Alright, now what? I mean, you're down a couple of levels of experience. You got 20-ish seconds before Rayquaza spawns. There is an objective in the bottom. Do you think you have time? Well, Umbreon thinks they have time. Gyarados thinks they don't have time. And I also think that they don't have time. I think we should be posturing and getting ready for Rayquaza. I think Rayquaza is on the cards for this game. Tyranitar hits 15 right before the Rayquaza fight and is leading the charge. Leading the charge. In there. Alright, now what? Okay, so they've been discovered. They're in the bottom bush. Security gonna get jumped in and jumped on by the Aegislash. Aegislash gonna get off all that damage, but end up taking a Morbillion damage itself. Here comes Frank the Wolf, Big Moonlight. Not gonna pick up anything. Tyranitar picks up a KO though. And where did the team go? Where did Orange Team go? Is this the power of Dragonite? Is this the power of the Dragonite? And the Hyper Voice and the Gyarados and also the Dragonite gonna be able to pick up the team KO. Left team gonna get the Rayquaza, and that is looking like another win for Team Mysterious Muse. It was going pretty well there, all things considered. Close game, but it just fell apart at that last team fight. They were all too clubbed up, and the Dragonite that we missed just decided, hey, you know what? It's time to start wailing on everybody. And wail on everybody it did. Alright, so now what? I mean, like, are we gonna try and get some points off? We're down 240. I mean, it's not the end of the world. 240 is manageable, especially if you can get these KOs here. But we gotta be careful to not die to the... Oh, hold! It's doable. It's doable. It is doable, but the Eldegoss coming in with the Unite. Hold. Tyranitar doing true damage. We're gonna get through this. Hold on. That's a Leafeon scoring 50 up top. That's a Leafeon scoring 50 up top. That's 5 at the bot lane. But that's not gonna add up to 240, is it? That's not gonna add up to 240, is it? I don't think it did. And just not quite